On our wedding day, I received a photo of my husband kissing his female student. Just as I was about to tell him I was pregnant and push forward with the ceremony, he suddenly dashed out the door after answering a phone call. My eyes burning with tears, I screamed after him, "If you step out that door today, it is over between us, completely." He halted for a moment, then without hesitation, left the wedding behind. Does he really think marrying you means anything? He stopped loving you a long time ago. I couldn't bury the turmoil in my heart. Handing him my phone, I demanded an explanation. He spent the entire night smoking in the living room. At dawn, he walked into the bedroom and said, "She's my student, Lily Harper." I'll admit, I felt something for her once, but that's all it was. 10 years of love, and now a few photos threatened to unravel everything. I wasn't ready to let go. I slipped into my wedding dress, determined to let the ceremony go on as planned. But in the middle of it, his assistant, Jake, burst in, shouting, "Professor Caldwell, Lily heard about your wedding. She's in trouble." The engagement ring slipped from Ethan's fingers, clattering to the floor. He bolted for the door. Tears stung my eyes as I screamed after him, "If you walk out that door today, we're done for good." He hesitated for a split second but left without looking back. Staring at the flood of photos on my phone, my heart twisted in agony. There were no intimate embraces, just candid moments. Lily focused on her research, her eyes sparkling with passion, pouting playfully over a meal, pretending to be upset, laughing freely when she won a scholarship. Most were snapshots, stolen moments. Only a few showed her posing coyly for the camera. In the past, I would have stormed up to Ethan, smashed the phone in his face, and walked away with my head held high. But tomorrow was supposed to be the culmination of our decade-long love story. We were set to marry, with invitations sent and guests gathered. Happiness was within reach. Yet, at this critical moment, I uncovered his betrayal. Refusing to face reality, I forced back my tears, took a deep breath, and confronted Ethan for the truth. Ethan was an extraordinary man. Young, brilliant, a lead researcher at a prestigious institute and a renowned professor at Westbridge University. After 10 years together, I thought I knew him inside and out. I showed him the photos, my eyes red and raw. A flicker of panic crossed his face before he masked it with calm. He didn't try to hide it. That long, torturous night, he smoked 2 packs in the living room while I stared at the stars from our bedroom window. The next morning, before the makeup artist arrived, he came to me and confessed. "Her name is Lily Harper. She's my student." I'll admit, I was drawn to her. My heart sank. "But Emma," he continued, "we've fought for this relationship for 10 years. I'll remove her from my research group. I promise this won't happen again." His sincerity was undeniable. In 10 years, he'd never broken a promise. I couldn't let go of this love, etched into my very bones. So, I chose to forgive him. Until the wedding, when the officiant asked, "Do you take Emma Thornton to be your wife, to cherish and protect her for all your days?" My heart pounded with nervous hope, waiting for him to seal our love with a vow. But at Jake's words, he dropped the ring onto the cold floor and ran out of the venue, leaving me behind. Ethan's promise shattered. The wedding descended into chaos. Our families were bewildered, unaware of what had happened. Jake's eyes darted nervously as he stammered. "One of the professor's students is in trouble. She has critical research data. He's just gone to check on her. He'll be back soon." Jake had been Ethan's assistant for 8 years, always respectful, calling me "ma'am" with a warm smile. Now, he couldn't even meet my gaze. I didn't know how much he'd covered up for Ethan or what secrets he shared with Lily Harper. Pain spread through my chest like wildfire. Tears fell uncontrollably, hitting the floor. I felt Ethan's betrayal in every fiber of my being. My parents held my hands, anxious and helpless. "This is ridiculous. What data is more important than his wedding? How could he just abandon Emma like that?" My father fumed. "Ethan's always been so responsible. How could he mess up on a day like this?" My mother added. Ethan's parents, mortified, stood up quickly. His father called him while his mother squeezed my hand, trying to soothe me. "Emma, don't worry. Ethan's a workaholic. This colleague probably has vital research. When he gets back, I'll make sure he apologizes properly." I clutched the ring, its edges cutting into my palm, leaving bloody marks. Ethan's colleagues at the venue stared, confused. I bowed my head, tears mingling with a bitter smile. He'd promised to cut ties with her, yet, the moment she was in trouble, he dropped everything to save her. For 3 hours, he didn't answer a single call. He ran to her without a thought for how humiliated and alone I'd feel, standing there as the abandoned bride. The venue buzzed with noise, the lights glaring. I stood alone on the stage, enduring whispers and pitying glances. Overwhelmed, my vision darkened. I was carrying a child, a life waiting to be nurtured. My mind swirled with images of Lily's radiant smile and the affectionate way Ethan looked at her photos. The knot in my chest slowly unraveled. Suddenly, I didn't want to wait anymore. I pulled my hand from his mother's grasp and spoke softly. Ethan, I'm not a brilliant woman. I've loved you since I was 18, 10 years of my life. I remember how nervous you were when you first asked me out, trembling hands and all. It was adorable and made my heart race. I remember when I agreed to be your girlfriend. You hugged me and cried. It was the first time I felt love beyond family. All these years, you bought me everything I loved, kept every promise, and never broke a vow. For 10 years, I thought you loved me with every piece of your soul. I looked up, tears streaming down my face. But today, I realized you don't love me anymore. Those words broke me. 10 years of love, countless memories. Ethan's eyes reddened, a single tear falling before he quickly wiped it away. Emma, he said, if I marry you now, she won't survive it. I'm afraid she'll do something drastic. Just wait a little longer. I'll give you a home, I swear. As Ethan spoke, my parents walked in. He held my hand, looking at me with desperation, as if waiting for an answer or fearing I'd expose his actions and hurt Lily. 10 years together and a child growing inside me. My heart was a tangled mess. Let me think about it, I said. Okay, rest. Well, I'll pick you up from the hospital tomorrow. After he left, my parents asked, concern etched on their faces. Sweetheart, are you okay? If you're hurting, we don't need this marriage. We'll take care of you. I didn't want them to worry, nor had I figured out what to do. I shook my head with a faint smile. I'm not hurt, just exhausted. The next day, I packed my things and waited for Ethan in the hospital room. He didn't show. Near noon, he texted. Faye, your parents are picking you up, right? I'm tied up at the lab. See you at home tonight. Asterisk, I didn't think much of it and left with my parents. But in the hospital corridor, I saw Ethan with Lily. He didn't notice me, his attention entirely on her as he supported her arm. She was tall and slender with delicate features and large, expressive eyes. This was the first time I'd seen her in person. So, this was Lily Harper. The girl who'd tried to end her life for Ethan, the one who made him abandon our wedding. Perhaps I stared too long. She noticed me, her face paling. A box of medication slipped from her hands as she clung to Ethan's arm, looking like a frightened doe. Ethan glanced my way, a flash of panic in his eyes before he approached us. Before my parents could speak, he said, Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, this is a colleague, Jake's cousin. He was busy today, so he asked me to bring her for a checkup. My parents eyed Lily's guilty expression, skeptical. Is that so? Then why aren't you here for Emma? My mother asked. Ethan faltered, looking to me for help. I smiled, unwilling to cover for him. Isn't she the girl you left our wedding to save? Since when is she Jake's cousin? His smile froze, irritation creeping into his voice. Emma, don't make a scene. Your parents are here, and this is a hospital. Let's not embarrass ourselves. Yesterday, he left me at the altar for her. Today, he skipped picking up his pregnant fiancée to escort her to the hospital. It was almost laughable. I stepped forward, handed my discharge papers to the nurse, and ignored him. The corridor was bustling. Ethan's expression grew darker. Emma, stop it, he snapped. My parents frowned, sensing something was wrong, their anger rising. My mother pointed at Lily and Ethan. How dare you raise your voice at Emma? You said you were working, too busy to pick her up, and now you're here with her. This is your idea of work? Ethan was speechless. It's not like that, Mrs. Thornton. Lily stepped forward, eyes teary, bowing repeatedly to me and my parents. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I've caused trouble for you and the professor. I'm Jake's cousin, really. He only brought me here because he was worried about complications from my injury. Her explanation was polished, making us seem unreasonable. I lost patience and looked at Ethan, whose face was grim. Don't act like I'm the one embarrassing you. You're the one who betrayed me. I left the hospital with my parents. On the way home, my mother held my hand, fuming silently. I knew she had questions, but I didn't know how to answer. Had Ethan cheated? Not exactly. Had he fallen out of love? How could I explain? My phone lit up with a text from Ethan. Fama, don't be mad. I'm sorry about earlier. I got you a gift. Make sure to sign for it. Asterisk, when we got home, a delicate little cake sat on the doorstep. I've always been a bit spoiled, craving romance. Whenever Ethan upset me, he'd buy me a Disney castle-shaped cake. I'd eaten it for 10 years and, honestly, grown tired of it. But he was so busy, and I hated seeing him juggle research and apologies. So I always pretended to love it, hoping it'd make him happy. Now, I didn't have to pretend anymore. I gave the cake to the neighbor's kid and texted Ethan back. Fate in years. Ethan, even the sweetest cake gets old, just like you. Asterisk, he must have caught my meaning because he replied with an apology. Famey mistake. I'll pick out something special for you at the mall tomorrow. Asterisk, the next evening, Ethan knocked on my door, his eyes sparkling with excitement. He held up a small box. Emma, look at this necklace I picked out for you. Isn't it gorgeous? It was beautiful. No question. Just as beautiful as the one I'd seen on Lily's neck in his phone. I gave him a faint smile. Is this what you spent all day at the amusement park with her picking out? Shock flashed in his eyes. No, Emma. You've got it wrong. I'm terrible at choosing gifts, so I asked her for advice. And I brought a whole group along to avoid any misunderstanding. Look, here's a photo of us all at dinner. If I hadn't seen Lily's social media post, I might have believed it was just a friendly outing. I was too drained to argue, slumping against the doorframe. What about the amusement park? Why were you there alone with her? I showed him Lily's post, pictures of them laughing together looking like a couple. A cozy hot pot dinner that screamed family. Ethan's eyes widened. How do you have her contact info? For 10 years I'd trusted him completely. He was handsome, a young professor, surrounded by admiring students. But I never worried. I believed he was loyal, responsible. I was right for 9 years, but I'd overestimated him. She added me last night, I said. I almost didn't accept, but she kept apologizing in the request messages. For a moment, I nearly believed his feelings for her were one-sided. My cold response bruised his pride. Frowning, he set the jewelry box down. Emma, I'd never break my promise to you or get involved with her. The amusement park was just a goodbye. Don't be so paranoid. I even invited a group to dinner to put you at ease. Isn't that enough? He was angry with me. The man who once couldn't bear to raise his voice at me. I looked at him, steady and serious. If you'd respected boundaries, I wouldn't have to feel this way. The Ethan I loved was gone. The man who once kept every woman at arm's length for my sake no longer existed. Maybe it was time to let go of this decade. Long obsession. I gave him one last look, my voice calm. Ethan, we're done. His face didn't light up with relief as I'd expected. Instead, anger lingered. Emma, it was just one trip to an amusement park. There's a first time, then a second, then a third. I replied evenly. He fell silent, then punched the wall in frustration and stormed off. Letting go of 10 years wasn't easy. That night, I couldn't sleep. As I packed my things, memories flooded back. The year we graduated, Ethan was swamped starting at Westbridge. A year later, he handed me a 10-year contract and a hefty check. Emma, I'll give you a home. I keep my promises. That young man was earnest, his love for me burning brighter than the rising sun. We cried in each other's arms, bought this house with that money, kissed under the fading sunset, and shopped for furniture at IKEA, giddy like kids. We talked endlessly, like two chirping birds. The string lights on the balcony, the rocking chair filled with 10 years of quiet moments. We built it all together. We'd sprawl on the living room rug, eating watermelon, sipping soda, watching sappy rom-coms. He promised me a home. Now, I had to tear myself away from this love, this house. It took 3 days to pack. When the moving company arrived, I told our parents about the breakup. My parents respected my choice, saying nothing. Ethan's mother grabbed my hand, frantic. Emma, what happened? Why are you splitting up? The wedding fiasco was Ethan's fault. But didn't you work it out? How did it come to this? His father was equally stunned. 10 years, and you're just done. I couldn't bring myself to tell them about Ethan's actions. They still didn't know why we were breaking up. Emma, you're so close to getting married. Couples fight. It doesn't mean you give up. His mother pleaded. I stayed silent as the movers carried my things out. As his parents begged me to reconsider, Ethan returned, Lily Harper in a white dress trailing behind him. The room fell silent, everyone's eyes on them, expressions shifting. His mother's voice faltered. Ethan, did you do something to betray Emma? His father's eyes blazed. Who is this woman? Ethan scanned the half-empty house and looked at me. Where are you moving? He was so calm, accepting my departure without a fight, bringing Lily back like it was nothing. I'm going home, I said quietly. My real home. Ethan nodded. All right, I'll come find you in a few days. He pulled Lily forward, introducing her. This is my research assistant. She's been unwell recently, so I brought her here to check on her and have dinner. His tone was open guilt. Free, our parents were confused. His mother's voice trembled with urgency. Ethan, Emma's leaving you, and you're bringing a student home for dinner. Ethan frowned, his chest heaving. I messed up at the wedding, and Emma's upset. A few days at home will do her good. Mom, stay out of this. His mother opened her mouth to argue, but Lily stepped in, looping her arm through hers with a sweet smile. Mrs. Caldwell, I'm just Ethan's student. He's been so kind to me at the Institute. He invited me to dinner to celebrate my recovery, but I wouldn't dream of letting him cook. Since you're here, why don't you try my cooking? His mother, perceptive, glanced at Ethan's cold expression and my calm one, sensing something was off. She shook off Lily's arm and approached me. Emma, let's sit down and talk this through. The movers had finished. I was about to decline when Lily interrupted, her eyes glinting with defiance. Emma, please, agree to Mrs. Caldwell's request. Stay for dinner. Try my cooking, won't you? Last time, she called me ma'am. Now, it was just Emma. I smirked, ready to refuse. When chaos erupted, a sharp face slap, Faye echoed. Lily's cheek bloomed red. I stared, wide-eyed, at my mother, who delivered the blow. Mom, you. Her eyes were bloodshot, voice shaking. You're my daughter. You think I don't see what's happening? I saw him at the hospital holding that girl so close, her wrist bandaged from cutting herself. He left your wedding for her, didn't he? And you're leaving him because of her, aren't you? You've been with him since you were 18. 10 years, Emma. You learned to cook, knit, swallowed your pride for him. If you could have stayed, you wouldn't be going home. I don't care if you marry a prince, but I won't stand for him bringing this girl here to humiliate you. If you won't stand up for yourself, I will. Her words hit like thunder. Lily clutched her face, her sobs silenced. Ethan's parents stood frozen, shocked. Ethan looked at Lily with concern, then turned to me, his voice icy. Emma, you're an adult. Why are you tattling to your parents? Before he could finish, his mother slapped him hard. You fool, do you know Emma's pregnant? How could you do this to her? Ethan's eyes widened at the mention of my pregnancy, his voice trembling with a hint of joy. Emma, you're pregnant. He stepped toward me, elated. My mother blocked him, her face dark. My daughter's done with you. That baby has nothing to do with you. Ethan's eyes flashed with urgency. How is it not my business? I'm the father. My mother pointed at him, shaking. Father, are you married? Did you have a wedding? Don't try to claim her now. The room erupted into arguments. I pulled out a hospital report from the coffee table drawer and set it before Ethan. Do you know the one thing I regret most in my life? Ethan grabbed the report, flipping to the ultrasound. His face lit up. I'm going to be a father. His mother nudged him. Apologize to Emma now. He looked at me, beaming. Emma, you're pregnant. This is our child, our love. I'm going to be a dad. His joy was genuine, but I was planning to leave because of the girl standing behind him. How could I not be heartbroken? My throat tightened. Ethan, you won't be a father. I'm not keeping this baby. His eyes narrowed. What? His parents panicked. No, Emma, this is your child together. You can't just end it. I touched my stomach, feeling the warmth of the life I'd longed for. I didn't want to let it go, but when I looked up and saw Lily behind Ethan, I knew no one could tolerate their spouse loving someone else. I refused to become a bitter, resentful version of myself. 10 years, and I'd been true to him now. Walking away, my conscience was clear if I owed anyone. It was Ethan's parents for their kindness. Pointing at Lily, I faced them. Mr. and Mrs. Caldwell, my mom's right. This girl is why Ethan left our wedding. She tried to end her life for him, and he has feelings for her. My words were a bombshell. His mother gasped. What, Ethan? You said it was about research data. My mother's face darkened. You've ruined my daughter's life. Ethan's face paled, his voice urgent. No, Mom, Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, let me explain. Explain what? My mother snapped. Emma's leaving you, and you bring this girl here to rub it in her face. If that's not cheating, what is? Ethan glanced at Lily, whose face was ashen, and pressed his lips together. Mrs. Thornton, she's just my student. There's nothing between us. Lily nodded quickly. Yes, it's true. We're just professor and student. Her stammering only fueled the tension. My mother stood tall, shielding me. Ethan, you know how much Emma's sacrificed for you over 10 years. I don't care how you fix this. But if she doesn't forgive you, you stay away from her. With that, she pushed past Ethan's parents and led me out. On the drive home, my mother held my hand tightly, sighing as she stared out the window. I knew she was worried. My parents' loving marriage had shaped my dreams of a perfect one, with a remarkable man. Ethan had fulfilled every expectation and destroyed them just as thoroughly. The pain was real, but time would heal it. If I kept swallowing my pride, ignoring his connection with Lily, I'd only face more hurt in the future. Leaving someone I'd loved so deeply for so long felt like jumping from a crashing plane, weightless, terrifying. But the moment I landed, I'd find a new beginning. I squeezed my mother's hand and smiled softly. Mom, I'm okay. Let's go home. Tears streamed down her face. Ethan's home was in the bustling capital. Mine was in the coastal city of Bayview, warm and humid. I'd stayed in the capital for him, rarely returning home. Now, I could finally go back. The 8-hour drive gave me time to think and talk with my mother. I decided to terminate the pregnancy and study abroad in England, returning to Bayview to open a design studio and live fully. My mother supported me, patting my hand. I used to hope you'd marry well like I did, with someone to cherish you. Now, I just want you to be happy marriage, kids. None of that matters if you're not. She didn't blame me for ending the relationship or wasting 10 years. She didn't judge me for returning home pregnant. No matter what, my mother was my unwavering support. I held her hand, tears falling. Exhausted, I fell asleep in the car. When I woke, my phone was flooded with Ethan's missed calls and messages, promising to distance himself from Lily, swearing he'd never betray me, vowing eternal love. He sent a plane ticket saying he was waiting for me in Bayview, ready to accept any punishment. His sincerity was palpable, but I was done forgiving. We pulled up to my childhood home as a soft rain began to fall. Ethan stood at the staircase, holding a bouquet and a large cake, shivering in a thin shirt in the December chill. My parents exchanged glances, muttering angrily. After what he's done, he has the nerve to beg for forgiveness? Thick-skinned, isn't he? Wonder if you could fry his hide for oil? Ethan heard but didn't retort, his face alternating between pale and flushed. I opened my umbrella and said, Mom, Dad, go upstairs. I'll handle this. They shot him a glare and trudged up. Ethan's eyes were red, his voice hoarse. Emma, 10 years. I can't accept this ending. 10 years of love, 10 years of youth. Now, he stood at my doorstep, unable to let go. The rain soaked my sleeves. My voice was cold but soft. Blame me, 10 years of devotion, and you fell for someone else. Ethan, you brought this on yourself, and I let it happen. It's not what you think, he roared, smashing the cake to the ground. It collapsed into a soggy mess. I stared at it, smiling faintly. What a shame. It's ruined. Just like us. His breathing grew ragged. Emma, we agreed. I'd remove her from my team. You said we'd move past this. Why are you leaving? The rain chilled my shoes. Lambskin, a birthday gift from him, ruined by water, another loss. Because I overestimated my tolerance, I said. I can't accept my man having feelings for someone else. Not even after 10 years. Not even if it costs me a decade of my life. Ethan's eyes darkened with frustration. Emma, no one loves just one person forever. I was drawn to her briefly, but I love you. You should understand me. I did understand him. Ethan, always in control, planned his life meticulously. He achieved his PhD in 2 years, became a professor in 3, never deviating from his path. Except for marriage. He delayed, never committing to a timeline. I'd bent my life to fit his plans, giving up job offers to stay with him, supporting him financially during his research. I gave him everything he wanted. I'd begged for marriage for 10 years. If his parents hadn't pushed, that wedding wouldn't have happened. Ethan, your life follows your perfect plans, I said. Mine revolved around them. I gave up my dreams to follow you, supported you, loved you, but what about me? You're so smart. You had to know we'd end up here. If you cared for her, you shouldn't have come back to me. You can't hurt 2 women at once. I turned and climbed the stairs, ignoring the flowers he tried to hand me. From the 9th floor, I looked down at him, standing in the rain, head bowed, the bouquet wilting. This was likely the worst day of Ethan Caldwell's charmed life. I didn't look back, closing the door behind me. The next day, my mother scheduled an appointment for the procedure. As we left, we found Ethan at the staircase, clothes rumpled, looking like he'd been there all night. He held out a gift bag. Mrs. Thornton, Emma, I got you some things. My mother snapped. We don't want your gifts, move. He looked at me wary. Emma, where are you going? I didn't hide it. To terminate the pregnancy. Emma. His face twisted with anger. He turned to my mother, softening. Mrs. Thornton, please, talk to her. I didn't cheat. The wedding was a mistake. But this is our child, if she ends it. My mother cut him off. So what? We have the means to care for Emma, married or not. Without your child, she has a bright future ahead. Ethan's face darkened. He blocked our path. My mother had always liked him, but this was the first time she'd spoken to him so harshly. He grabbed my arm, his voice pleading. Emma, I've cut ties with Lily. I transferred her out of my group last night. I told her we'd keep our distance. Here's the transfer order. Look at it, please. He held out his phone, eyes desperate. I didn't want to drag this out. Under his hopeful gaze, I took the phone and smashed it on the ground. The crack echoed. Ethan stared, helpless. He'd always been calm, even when I left him. Even now, as I planned to end our child's life. It made me feel like he still loved me. But it was just hormones, nothing more. Ethan, we can't go back. He could have resolved this quickly, but chose to test my limits, only apologizing when it was too late. I tried to forgive him, but I couldn't move past it. We stood in the stairwell, locked in a tense standoff. Passersby came and went. Ethan's face crumpled with pain. Why, Emma, I fixed everything. I didn't cheat. I promised you a future. Why won't you give me another chance? He still didn't get it. This wasn't about trust or love anymore. It was about a third person tainting what we had. I didn't answer, ready to call security. He roared, Emma. Then he dropped to his knees, holding the ring he dropped at the wedding. Marry me. Let's get the license now. Give our child a home, please. Ethan was exceptional, handsome, accomplished, wealthy. We had a history, a child. A young girl's interference shouldn't have mattered. I could have ignored it and stayed. But I wanted a love without flaws. As I held the ring, his phone rang. Jake's voice came through. Lily found out you transferred her. She tried to end her life again. The same stunt twice. Ethan's eyes flickered with conflict, but he gritted his teeth. Don't report her actions to me anymore. He hung up, looking at me with hope. Emma, forgive me. Let's remarry. I swear I'll be good to you. I laughed, tears spilling. I threw the ring to the ground. He picked it up. I threw it again. His face hardened. I said softly, some things don't get second chances. You betrayed our 10 years. I wish you a lifetime alone, Ethan. For the first time, my words cut deep. He grabbed me, holding me tightly. Emma, don't do this. Don't end our child's life. We wanted this for so long. Don't be so cruel. His words stirred memories. We'd spent hours in baby stores, dreaming of our future child. laughing over tiny clothes, marveling at strollers. This baby was our long-awaited dream, but Ethan no longer deserved it. I pushed him away and got in the car with my mother. He followed us to the hospital, causing a scene, refusing to let the doctors proceed. I looked at his desperate face and said calmly, "Why make this harder? Can't we part on good terms?" His eyes were red. "Good terms, 10 years, Emma? I've loved you for a decade. You can't sentence me to this. You knew this was coming the moment you fell for her." "I was wrong," he shouted, his voice breaking with regret. "Love isn't about right or wrong, just the ache of letting go after too long." I picked up my bag and turned to the doctor. "We'll reschedule." "You're leaved." Ethan followed me, apologizing endlessly. "Emma, as long as you keep the baby, as long as you come back, I'll give you everything. My money, my accounts, my time." He said all the things I'd once longed to hear. I believed his regret was real. Back home, I sat alone, staring at the snow falling outside. Ethan stood downstairs, his coat dusted with snow, waiting. His text read, "Faye Emma, I'll stand here until you forgive me." Asterisk, I'd waited 10 years for him. Now it was his turn. But I felt no joy. As the snow thickened, I typed, "Faye waited 10 years. You can stand there for 10 more." Asterisk, then I blocked him. Half an hour later, the sky darkened. My mother knocked and entered, setting a bowl of warm soup before me. "Emma, I'm not pushing you, but what are you thinking?" My mind was a mess. For 10 years, Ethan had been good to me. Gifts, flowers, cakes, indulgence in everything but marriage. He'd delayed, always putting it off. Lily tore open our seemingly perfect relationship, exposing its flaws. I called Jake. "You've called me ma'am for years. I have one question. When did Lily join Ethan's team, and when did she become his student?" Jake hesitated, then said, "She's been with him for 6 years. She struggled to finish her dissertation, so she hasn't graduated." 6 years, right under my nose. I thanked him and hung up, then checked Ethan's student advising records. At Westbridge, students who don't graduate in 4 years can be dismissed, yet Ethan always gave Lily high marks, only to note her research didn't align with her topic, requiring rewrites. They'd been entangled, in plain sight for at least 4 years. I laughed bitterly. I should have known. What was I still hoping for? An ambulance wailed outside. My mother rushed in. "Emma," Ethan collapsed downstairs. I looked at her. "Let's go to the hospital." As his emergency contact, I paid his bills. 8 hours later, he woke. The room smelled of antiseptic. Ethan's boyish face, once so charming, now looked at me with longing. "Emma, I feel awful." I didn't comfort him as I once would have. I opened a container of porridge. "Eat something." Disappointment flickered in his eyes, but he smiled. "Okay." As he ate, he reminisced. Our trips to the vet with our cat, founding a stray animal rescue, our shared passions. We'd been so compatible. He watched my expression carefully, finishing the porridge as his stories tapered off, regret pooling in his eyes. As the nurse changed his IV, he grabbed my hand. "Emma, I'm truly sorry. Can we start over?" The wind howled outside, colder than the day before. I pulled out a medical report. "I terminated the pregnancy last night, while you were unconscious." His eyes widened, staring at the paper, a broken laugh escaping. "Emma, how could you? That was a life. Why can't you forgive me? Was I so unforgivable? Why couldn't you keep our child?" I met his gaze. "Because my love for you is gone. For 10 years, my greatest dream was our wedding, marrying you. Every year, I asked when you'd marry me. You'd brush it off with a gift promising someday. I thought I'd be heartbroken without you. But after you left me at the altar, I realized it wasn't you I was holding on to. It was my own obsession. Ethan, I don't love you anymore. That's why I didn't keep the baby." His face crumpled, disbelief and pain etched in his features. He coughed, blood staining the sheets. I called for the doctor, who rushed him to the half. An hour later, the doctor emerged. "He's fine, just stress and exhaustion. He needs rest." I nodded, paying the remaining hospital bills out of duty. 3 days later, Ethan knocked on my door, his face pale but striking. He hadn't given up. I opened the door. He looked at me, voice hoarse. "You hate me so much you wouldn't even visit me in the hospital." "It's not hate," I said. You just don't matter anymore. From the moment I chose to leave, we became strangers who knew each other too well. He lowered his head, tears falling onto the marble floor. I can't let you go, Emma. Do we have to end like this? Can't we reconcile, please? Don't be so cruel. I'd never imagined Ethan, so proud, would beg like this. A strange warmth stirred in me, but I pushed it down. He took my silence as hope, pulling me into a tight embrace. I miss you, Emma. I can't live without you. Don't do this. I didn't know how to respond. Rubbing my temples, I let him inside. The air was a mix of cold and warmth, making me shiver. Ethan, as always, reflexively poured me a glass of warm water. We sat on the couch, silent, the clock ticking, the television playing Christmas greetings. It was Christmas Eve. I finished the water and set the glass down. Ethan. He looked at me, cautious. I smiled. I'm going to England to study. His face fell. Why? My gaze landed on a stack of fashion design books. I used to think a woman didn't need to be exceptional. Just marry a good man, raise kids, support him. But lately, I realized I have dreams, ambitions, a sky of my own to chase. So, I'm leaving for England. His eyes flashed with disapproval. You're 30, Emma. Isn't it a bit late to start over? I smiled. Late. It's never too late to pursue what I want. He didn't respond, his silence heavy with disagreement. In the past, I'd have backed down. But now, we were nothing to each other. I didn't need to care about his opinion. I've made up my mind. You should go. As I turned to leave, he grabbed my hand. His expression conflicted. I'll wait for you, Emma. Go, and I'll be here when you come back. I pulled away. No need, Ethan. I don't make people wait. When my acceptance letter arrived, I posted a celebratory update online. Ethan's parents liked it. My parents cooked a feast to celebrate. Take care of yourself out there, okay? My mother said, fussing over me. I nodded, warmth filling my heart. The next day, I flew to England. At the airport, Ethan was there, holding a bouquet of my favorite peonies. Emma, I came to see you off. I handed my ID to the staff without a word. He offered me a pile of boxes. These are essentials you might not find in England, and some of your favorite snacks for the trip. I started to refuse, but he cut me off, pleading. Emma, don't say no. Even if we're apart, let me do this for you. Please. I sighed, taking the boxes. Thank you. As the staff handed me my boarding pass, I walked towards security without looking back. He shouted after me, Emma, I'll wait for you. No matter how long you're gone, I'll be here. I love you. His declaration turned heads, strangers smiling at me enviously. This wasn't Ethan's style. Public displays of affection. He was scared, afraid I'd leave and never return. I gripped the boxes and boarding pass, his figure fading as I moved forward. The sunset glowed outside the terminal windows, a mix of fading light and dawning hope. I boarded the plane, watching Bayview's horizon slip away. For now, this city and Ethan were behind me. After a 22-hour flight, I landed in Edinburgh. A message from an unfamiliar number waited. Fais safe travels, Emma. Asterisk. It was Ethan, using a new number. I didn't reply. While unpacking, I found the engagement ring tucked into one of his boxes. 5 carats, $35,000, half a year's salary for him. We'd chosen it together with his colleagues marveling at the price. Ethan had just smiled and said, If you love it, we're getting it. He always bought what I loved, no matter the cost. Maybe it was the unfamiliarity of England, but my emotions unraveled. I'd sworn not to cry for him, yet I drank heavily that night, staring at the ring. I wavered. Over the next months, Ethan texted daily, sharing his life. I never responded. My days filled with English classes, design courses, and meals with fellow students. Life became vibrant, purposeful. Ethan faded from my thoughts, replaced by lectures, assignments, and new friendships. I smiled more, my heart lighter. The day I won a scholarship, Ethan texted, Faye, it's been a year, Emma. Are you coming back? Asterisk, I stared at the message, then at my latest design project. I sent my first reply in a year. Faye, I'm happy here. I'm staying to finish my studies. Asterisk, he didn't respond. Known spring afternoon, under Big Ben's chimes. I saw Ethan by a fountain, wearing a navy jacket. White doves circled above as our eyes met across the lawn. He approached, tentative but joyful. "Emma, I came to see you." A year had dulled my resentment. I had a future now, studies, ambitions. I wasn't defined by a man or a marriage. "Good to see you," I said calmly. We ate at a small cafe. He asked about my life, and I answered openly. As our plates emptied, he set down his fork. Silent. "Emma," he said finally, "can you give me a timeline? When will you finish? When will you come back? When can we try again?" His nervous tone mirrored mine from years ago, when I'd begged him to marry me. I leaned back, echoing his old words. "My focus is on my studies and career. Marriage isn't in my plans right now." His face darkened. "Are you punishing me?" I shook my head, surprised. "No, I'm just living my life." Why settle for marriage when I was building my own empire? He clenched his fists, voice hoarse. "I'm 31, Emma. I can't wait forever. Give me a straight answer." Funny, he'd said the same to me a year ago when I was nearing 30, asking when he'd marry me. He'd been too focused on his research to commit, saying his future was uncertain. Now, just a year later, he was impatient. I smiled. "I can't give you an answer. My future's uncertain too." We parted on tense terms. The next day, he asked to meet again. Our dynamic had shifted. I used to scramble for conversation topics now. Silence hung between us. He tried to talk, but I wasn't engaged. His frustration grew. As he opened his mouth again, I said, "There's no need to force conversation." He sighed, laughing bitterly. "I never thought talking to you would feel so exhausting." It wasn't the talking, it was the lack of connection. Like when I'd tried so hard to chat with him, only for him to say, "I'm not interested in that. Silence is fine." Looking back, our past was riddled with subtle pressures I'd ignored. I gazed out the window at the bustling crowd. "How long are you staying?" He smiled faintly. "Leaving tomorrow. I just wanted to see you." Spring in Edinburgh was alive with cherry blossoms. I stood. "Come on, I'll show you the cathedral." He followed. We passed French tourists and photographers who called us a perfect couple. Ethan laughed brightly. At the cathedral, we stumbled upon a wedding. The groom kissed the bride's forehead, spinning her in his arms as the crowd cheered. I glanced at Ethan, his eyes gleaming with longing. I watched him for a moment, then smiled. "Do you want to get married?" "Honestly, I don't. My studies aren't done. My career's just beginning. It's not the time for marriage or kids." His smile vanished. After the cathedral, he walked me to campus. Under a cherry blossom tree, he stopped. "Emma, are you serious?" "Completely," I said, smiling sincerely. The next day, he left. He'd filled my apartment with gifts, leaving a pink gift box with a note wishing me well. Inside was a pink necklace, chosen just for me, he said. I fastened it around my neck, catching my reflection in the mirror, calm, at peace. 2 years later, I completed my master's and accepted a job at an Edinburgh fashion firm. Moan night, a friend from home messaged, Ethan had married Lily Harper. I stared at their wedding photo, their smiles bright, and replied, "Faye, they look good together. Congrats to them." Asterisk, I wasn't curious about their story. I had a big deal to close in New York, one that could boost our company's revenue by 50%. My friend, ever the gossip, dug into it. Apparently, Lily got pregnant unexpectedly. Ethan urged her to terminate, but she announced it to his entire lab, demanding marriage. His career was his life, so to avoid scandal, he agreed. It sounded like a soap opera. I listened with mild amusement. Then, one afternoon, Ethan called. "How's England? When are you coming back?" I leaned back smiling. "What? Married and still checking on your ex?" Our 10 years had been mutual, and I held no grudges. With my own life and career, I no longer felt bitterness. But my casual tease threw him off. He stammered, asking how I knew about his marriage. I laughed. "Word gets around," he explained frantically. Lily had been upset about her transfer and returned to his lab via another advisor. She apologized for our breakup, and they kept things professional until one drunken night when he missed me. They slept together. He apologized profusely. "Emma, it wasn't intentional. I was drunk. missing you. I nodded, listening, and then. Lily later claimed she was pregnant and demanded marriage. He offered to cover her medical costs and compensation, but refused to marry her. She didn't accept, airing their history in the lab, accusing him of harassment and claiming he'd targeted her. Though most saw through her, Ethan was in the wrong. Emma, I feel only duty toward her, not love. Can you forgive me? I nearly choked on my coffee. Even if I'd left him when I had nothing, would I now play the other woman? I laughed. Ethan, I'm happy for you and Lily. I moved on years ago. We can be friends or strangers, nothing more. I never heard from Ethan again. 6 months later, I met Oliver Grant at a New York design exhibition. We bonded over critiquing a bold new designer's work, our tastes and habits aligning perfectly. In a whirlwind, we decided to elope. We held a romantic wedding in Edinburgh, surrounded by close friends. My old friends, once worried about my future, showered us with heartfelt blessings. My parents cried, overjoyed. I'd found true happiness. We stayed in Edinburgh for my work. One day, a friend shared an update on Ethan. After marrying Lily, she became demanding, throwing tantrums at home and later at his workplace. Ethan, needing focus for his research, began avoiding home. Lily escalated, demanding constant attention, forcing him to pause critical projects. Within a year, she was pregnant again. Her behavior grew worse, and Ethan's frequent absences led to his demotion to a regular researcher. A friend heard Ethan pleading with Lily to give him space. Soon after, during an argument at the lab, Lily tripped over broken glass, miscarried, and was told she could never have children again. By their 3rd year of marriage, they were the Institute's notorious couple, avoided by all. My friend laughed, saying it felt like justice. I listened, a bit dazed. The man I'd loved for 10 years had reaped what he sowed. Those who betray love face their own hell. I didn't dwell on it, booking amusement park tickets for my daughter. Tomorrow, our family of 5 would ride the carousel. Epilogue. Ethan's perspective, I never imagined marrying anyone but Emma. Even when I felt a spark for Lily Harper, it didn't compare. When Emma told me she was pregnant, my heart was torn. I was thrilled but couldn't stop thinking of Lily. 10 years with Emma had dulled my passion. I was drawn to someone new. When Emma said she'd terminate the pregnancy, my world spun out of control. I couldn't lose her. I begged, neglected my work, desperate for her forgiveness. But when she chose to leave for England, I selfishly wanted her to stay, to love me as she always had. I couldn't stop her. I thought she'd come back soon, unable to handle life abroad. I'd wait, coax her, and she'd return. A month passed, then 2, then a year. I couldn't wait anymore and flew to England. She was more beautiful than ever, radiating a new confidence from her design studies. My love for her surged, but she was focused on her career, not me. I had no right to interfere back home. I planned to keep waiting. But one lonely night, craving warmth, I turned to Lily. I'd always been drawn to her. That night, I gave in. Greed and resentment fueled me. I wanted Emma, but craved Lily's freshness. I was greedy, and it felt good. Yet, I resented Emma for leaving so easily without looking back. I vowed to wait for her, to make her regret losing me. Then Lily got pregnant and demanded marriage. Staring at her belly, I thought of the child Emma lost. I wanted to be a father, to fill the void of my growing loneliness. So, I married Lily, hoping Emma would regret it. Our marriage was bland. Lily became clingy, demanding. I stopped going home. She fought, screamed, unraveled. I missed Emma, calling her, hoping to reconnect. But she knew about my marriage and dismissed me. I realized I didn't love Lily, only her fleeting allure. Emma was my true love, the one I'd fought to keep. When Lily got pregnant again, I felt nothing for the child. She sensed it, and our fights escalated. One day, she saw me looking at Emma's photo and lost it. In the lab, she tripped, miscarried, and was told she'd never conceive again. She grew frantic, fearing I'd leave her. I didn't comfort her because she was right. I wanted to. I waited for Emma, and when I heard she was returning, I dressed in my best suit, holding her favorite peonies, and waited at the airport. She was stunning, but her cold response crushed me. I was sure I could win her back. But Lily showed up, ruining everything. I pushed her away, vowing to divorce her. Then Emma's husband appeared, with their daughter. Regret consumed me. If I'd fought harder, kept her from ending our child's life, would we have had a different ending? If I hadn't strayed with Lily, would Emma and I have lasted forever? The next day, I ignored the bathroom's silence, not noticing Lily's absence. Her colleague slapped me, sobbing. "She's dead, Ethan. She took her life." Relief hit first. She was gone, and I was free. But nightmares haunted me, Lily accusing me of betrayal. My mind unraveled, torn between Emma and Lily. One day, I realized they'd both been good people. I'd lost Emma's heart long ago and discarded Lily's. I deserved this. Drunk, I stood on a rooftop, the world vast below. I felt like a bird flying to Emma's home when the news reported my death. Emma turned off the television, calmly tying a bow in her daughter's hair. She wasn't sad. She felt nothing. I don't know what I feel anymore.